Hello and welcome to ISB, where we host day 2 of the IASAS basketball tournament. It is the 36th annual IASAS tournament hosted at the International School Bangkok in Thailand. We have a great matchup. We have the 2-1 Singapore American School Eagles against the 3-0 International School Bangkok Panthers. You will see the Eagles are in white for this game and the Panthers are in black. Yesterday, the Panthers dominated their three games, winning in blowouts in all 3 of the games. Eagles had 2 big wins in close games, and they lost a close game to ISM. This is a very important game for standings because if ISB wins, they will almost certainly secure a bye. Starting lineup for your ISB Panthers. Number 34, Caden Bernhard. Number 35, Sungwon Peck. Number 38, Alan Michelin. Number 31, Lucas Wilson. And number 3, Cedric Lapine. And for the Eagles, Adam Johnson, number 19. Then you have Drew Surajan. Number 6, number 4, Austin Napierski. Number 9, Zachary Cook. And number 11, James Sondek. ISB controls the tip, and they're off. Singapore is in a man-to-man defense to start this game. A backdoor screen set by Sungwon. They go to the wing. She's going to cross, and they find an entry pass into Alan Michelin. He's quickly double-teamed, dribbles out of it, and shoots a shot, and he hits the shot from the short corner. And we have number 19, Adam Johnson. He got hit in the eye, or the nose, and I think he's bleeding. And they have to sub him off as he is hurt. ISB in a full court man-to-man press right here. They're trying to get pressure on Singapore, trying to force some turnovers. And that is a foul on number 34, Caden Bernhard. Caden tried to step in and help as Sungwon got beat, but he was out of position and he reached in. ISB is in a man-to-man half-court defense now against Singapore's offense. Dribbles the ball into the corner, looking for an entry pass, can't find it. Dribbles the ball to the top of the key. And that ball is stolen by Cedric Lapine. Tipped away and taken by Lucas. Here comes Caden Bernhard and the Panthers. 3 out, 2 in for them. And here's another backdoor screen. They like to go to that. Michelin shoots a 3, and he hits the 3. Alan Michelin gives ISB a 5-0 lead. Trying to get the ball in, and they do. And immediately a second foul on ISB, as that's Lucas Wilson who reached in that time. And we're 1 minute and 5 seconds in, and that's 2 team fouls already on the Panthers on 2 big key players. Here come the Eagles. We'll see how they attack this. And it's stolen by Caden. Oh, and he can't finish the layup though. And we have another foul, and that is on 38, Alan Michelin, and that's their 3rd team foul so far. Caden had a great steal, picked his pocket, but couldn't finish the reverse layup on the other end. Shot clock is reset to 24 for Singapore, and they go deep, and that's taken away by Caden. They have a 4-on-3 situation. Goes to the rim, and he draws the foul on number 6, Drew Surajan. Pushing foul, and the ball's going to be on the baseline. Into the game now is Ming Khan for Singapore. Out of the game comes number 4, Austin Napierski. They lob it over to Alan. And he has 7 points already, Alan Michelin does. And Dan Skyman of Singapore wants a timeout. 7-0 start for the Panthers. What a start this has been. We have seen Alan Michelin with all 7 of their points so far, and he has just dominated down low. He hit a 3, and he has hit a short corner jump shot, and then a little baby hook across the lane. He's got all 7. Singapore has yet to score. It is 7-0 right now in the game. And Singapore calls their first time out of the game. Dan Skyman, the Singapore head coach, has not looked too happy. ISB last year came 4th place at the IASAS tournament in Manila, and Singapore were silver medalists. They lost out by 1 point in the finals with a putback chip in from Jakarta that won Jakarta the game and ultimately sent Singapore to the silver medal podium. Singapore looks good this year. They only had 1 loss to Manila, but right here they're struggling to score against this fierce ISB defense. It's 7-0 right now. Same starters in for Bangkok. We'll see what they do here. They inbound the ball, and they beat Cedric Lapine down the court. Looking to fast break, goes to the rim, and he finishes over Alan Michelin. Alan did not want to pick up his second foul there, as he is one of the best players on ISB, and he does not want to get in foul trouble. Over the top to Allen, who shot fakes, and he puts it in once again. That's points number 8 and number 9 for Allen. He's been so dominant this IASAS tournament as a big. He's one of the best bigs here, and he's very, very, very good. The ISB crowd here chanting defense, and stolen away by Lucas. Sungwon in a one-on-one fast break goes to the rim, finishes, and the foul. Sungwon goes to the rim, and he finishes. What a finish. That's a blocking foul on number 7. That is Oscar Lee, and he will shoot 1 free throw. Out of the game is Oscar Lee, and into the game is Julian Paget. So 1 free throw is up, and he hits it. 12-2 so far for ISB. They're going to keep pressing. They get it over half court. And almost stolen it is. Alan Michelin comes up with the ball, and here comes ISB. Caden goes behind the back. Post up. Sungwon down low. Off the mark. Rebound taken by the Eagles. And here they come. They're in a 5-out set right now against ISB's man-to-man defense, and they set a screen. Trying to go to the rim. Long shot for Singapore, off the mark. Pass to Sungwon, and Sungwon traveled. He was not ready for the ball. Allen threw it, just looked up, saw a black jersey, and that's a turnover on ISB. Singapore will get the ball back after that. Into the game is Kevin Irwin, and out of the game is Sungwon Peck. ISB has 3 very good bigs for their team: Sungwon Peck, Alan Michelin, and Kevin Irwin. That's part of the reason why they're 3-0 so far. Their guards as well, they have some great defenders in Caden Bernhard and Cedric Lapine, and then they have shooters in Lucas Wilson and TJ Wilson. They have an all-around great team this year. However, the Eagles also have a pretty good team. They've had good shooters. Their best shooter, Ryan Payne, has been sick through the first part of the tournament and has not played yet. We'll see what happens as Singapore hits a 3, and that cuts the lead to 7. It's 5-12 early on. Here comes Caden. They're gonna have a pick and roll with Kevin Irwin. Caden goes to the rim, and he turns it over. Cedric is back, but Singapore's numbers, it's 4-on-1, goes to the rim. That was great defense by Cedric. He just put his hands straight up, did not foul. Into the game is Minkler, and out of the game is Cedric for ISB, and out of the game for Singapore is James Stodajic, and into the game is number 19, Adam Johnson, who got hit in the face earlier and had to come out. He's back now, so he must be doing okay. They don't want to allow him to hit the 3, as Drew Surajan can shoot. So they ran him off the line, but he took a dribble and hit the mid-range shot. It's 7-12 now. Looking to post up. It's not there. They give it to Michelin. Thinks about 3, and he shoots it off the mark this time. And Wilson with the offensive rebound, and he puts it in. And no one picks up the ball. Allen's got to stop ball. Adam Johnson with the ball. Surajan thinks about that 3, but dribbles out of it. Let's see what they do. They screen. They're looking for Surajan to tee up for that 3-pointer. Steps back, off the mark. Rebound taken by Minkler, and there's a foul that has been called on number 19, Adam Johnson. That is Singapore's third team foul up to this point. That puts both teams at 3 team fouls. Allen comes out of the game now, and Will Condra, the junior, checks into the game for ISB. He's number 19. They go to the wing. Once again, that backdoor screen, they've been looking for that. Swings it to Caden Bernhard. Down low to Will Condra, who posts up, and he puts it in. Caden with the assist, and Will finishes. Down the court, can't finish, but Will Condra is called for the foul. And Zachary Cook will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. That is Condra's first foul, but it's ISB's 4th team foul. ISB got off to an early start with a 7-0 lead. All 7 of the points were by Alan Michelin. And Singapore has a little run of their own going. They've been able to score some points after that Singapore timeout. But ISB still with a big lead. It's 8-6 right now. Here comes Caden Bernhard. Crosses over, and he loses it. Forced to pick up his dribble, and a foul has been called on Zachary Cook, the person who just hit the free throw on the other end. Into the game is Alex Wang. For Caden Bernhard. And ISB thinks it's shooting, but it's not. It's only 4 team fouls, not 5. You shoot on the 5th team foul, you're in double bonus. Alex Wang is a good little guard. He can dribble, but his defensive intensity is great. He's taken at least 3 charges so far this tournament, and he'll look to take some more. He prides himself on that defensive end. 8 on the shot clock. Minkler tries a 3, but he's way short on that 3. That's a wide open look, and Minkler's been hitting a lot of his shots so far, so that is not a bad shot to take, but it was off that time. Singapore looking to inbound the ball, gets it in, tipped, but Singapore comes out with it. The ISB crowd is chanting defense here, as here come the Eagles. Decides not to use the screen, and he throws it out of bounds. That's Ming Khan. He had a screen, decided not to use it, went to the rim, and threw the ball out of bounds. ISB will gain possession here. Goes to the wing, and here comes that backdoor screen, and it's there. But he cannot get the pass on target. Irwin fakes a 3, goes to the rim, and that's an offensive foul on Kevin Irwin, as Julian Padgett stepped in and took a great charge. That was a great play by Padgett right there. Into the game now is Drew Surajani. As most of their points, he hit a 3, he hit a runner, and out of the game is Adam Johnson. They're electing to go smaller against ISB's big lineup right here. We'll see if they can be quick. Small lineups have got to be quick to be able to beat it. Alex Wang applying some pressure to the ball handler. Contra now on the ball. We'll see what they do. They screen away. Khan with the ball. To the short corner, off the mark. Rebound taken. And that goes off a Singapore leg, and that will be ISB ball. Out of bounds. They'll inbound the ball. Singapore making some more substitutions. They like to sub quick, keep lineups rested, so they're good throughout the whole game. Singapore, as I mentioned, are only playing with 9 players right now. As number 12, Ryan Payne, is on the bench. He's one of their better players, but he's sick right now. And in and out by Irwin. Rebound to Kong, and here he comes. To the wing for 3, short. Rebound Wilson, and they will look to push, but he slows it back down. Wang tries to drive. Wilson for 3, and he hits the 3. Lucas Wilson, and that has got to feel good for him as he has struggled yesterday in this tournament. What a shot that was. Wang pitched it to him, and Wilson swished in the 3, and that's big for him. And there's a blocking foul called. And that is on number 2, Alex Wang. Into the game now is Alan Michelin, and out of the game is Kevin Irwin. That blocking foul put them in the bonus, and Singapore should shoot 2 shots right here. And yet, they catch it and they'll shoot 2. More subs for the Eagles. They're keeping the rotations fresh. They're subbing a lot, getting lots of guys in. To the free throw line is Ming Khan, number 5, for 2 shots. First free throw is up. Short, but it rolls in. He gets the roll, and that cuts the lead to 10 with 55 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Dribble, the second free throw is up and good. Ming Khan's a good little left-handed point guard last year. He helped their team a lot in last IASAS, and so far he's played well this tournament. They pull back, they're not going to pressure. And that ball is almost stolen. It was deflected. Looking to swing it, Michelin with the ball. Minkler, 7 on the shot clock. Wang fakes, drives. Minkler, there's a three-pointer off the mark. Rebound tipped and taken by Adam Johnson. And here come the Eagles. That ball may have been blocked by Michelin, and Will Condra comes out of it. Here comes TJ Wilson with the ball, down low. And Wang dives on the floor for it, and that will be a jump ball tie-up, and it will go the Eagles' possession. TJ Wilson tried to feed it to Minkler, but Adam Johnson got his hand in there and deflected it. And the ref is checking something at the score table. This crowd is very loud, it's packed. You can't find an empty seat in here. We have some people standing up, and it is packed. This crowd has been great. All IASAS supporting their Panthers, and they're great again today. ISB pulls back their press right now to half court. Looks like Alex Wang is gonna pick up at exactly half court to try to pressure a little bit, but with 8 games to play in a tournament, you don't want to get too tired, so they're going to pull back. And Ming Khan goes to the rim, and he finishes. 2-1. Minkler puts it up way short from half court at the buzzer. And at the end of the first quarter, the score is 12-19 for the ISB Panthers. You have the ISB Middle School Pep Band going on right now. They played at the ISB Girls morning game yesterday, and they're playing again today. It's really cool to have a band here. It's nice during halftime and timeouts and everything. It's really cool. All of middle school is here at this game. You have most of high school, and we'll see if elementary shows up at some point in this game. The crowd on the far side is doing the wave with Shadow, one of the ISB mascots. Singapore out of the huddle pretty quickly with still 10 seconds left in the quarter break. ISB still talking it over. Derek Quinnett, the ISB head coach, still talking to him. It's his first year coaching this team, and it's Dan Skyman's 4th year coaching the Singapore Eagles team. Alan Michelin, TJ Wilson, Will Condra, Ryan Minkler, and Alex Wang out of the game for ISB, and Zachary Cook, Adam Johnson, James Stojek, Drew Surajat, and number 4, Adam Nirpatsky for Singapore. Trying to get the entry pass is Will Condra, but it's stolen by Adam Johnson. He's a tall, 6-foot big, and he just took that ball away. He's had a couple steals so far this game. And they go to him at the high post, and they look to feed, but he missed the pass on the inside. Dribble drive, and 7 on the shot clock. They throw it to the weak side. Dribble drive, shut off nicely. And it's deflected out of bounds. There are 3 seconds left on the shot clock. We'll see if they can get a shot up in 3 seconds. Oh, and he gets a good shot off, but it's off. I thought he was gonna go to the rim. He went to the 3-point line. If he went to the rim, he might have had a layup right there, but he decided to go for 3, and it was a contested shot. And Will Conjure once again trying to feed that entry pass, but he turns it over for the 2nd time in a row. And that pass goes right through Austin Napersky's hands and out of bounds. It's ISB ball. And that was Drew Surajan, who has most of their points so far, who threw that pass, inadvertent pass, not needed, and it was out of bounds, ISB ball. They go weak side to Lapine, down to Peck. Short corner shot, in and out and back in again as Peck hits the shot. He has 5. Singapore looking to push. Almost throws it away. They go to the wing, to the corner. 4-3, off the mark. Johnson right there with the putback as no one boxed him out. And he just lays it in. And that cuts the lead down to 7 again. And here come the Panthers. Singapore is in a 2-3 zone. They went man in the first quarter, now 2-3, and Lapine hits a 3-pointer. Cedric Lapine has also been slow, but the Eagles running down the court, and they missed the layup. Adam Johnson fights for it. Johnson gets the ball back, puts it up off the mark. Ball being tipped around and picked up by Lapine. They have a 3-on-1 right here. Down to Minkler. Off the mark is Minkler, and Minkler tips it out of bounds. And a timeout for ISB. Their coaches have got to be pretty upset with that defense right there. And Singapore had a streaking layup right there. Austin Napertsky missed the layup, and it went. ISB got lucky as they got the rebound. However, they allowed a wide open layup to be shot off their press. They've been man-to-man pressing for almost the whole game. They pulled back a little bit, went into a half-court man-to-man defense. But for most of the game, they've pressed, and they got to know who they're guarding on defense if they're going to press, so that doesn't happen. They got a wide open layup. Luckily for ISB, they missed it. As for Singapore, you could not ask for a better look than they got right there. That was a good shot, and it just rimmed out. Singapore is down by 10, 24-14 right now, as we have a timeout by ISB. And we will see what Singapore has right here as they will inbound the ball full court. And ISB is back. They were not happy with their matchups. In the full court man, they did not pick up their guy, and they're back, and Caden Bernhard forces a jump ball. That was great defense. He got a deflection, and unlucky for him, jump ball goes the Eagles' way. Singapore will inbound the ball, and Dan Skyman was saying that Ryan Minkler was standing on the line as he was guarding the inbounder, which is illegal. Ref did not call it. Goes to the rim, and that is blocked by Alan Michelin and stolen by Caden Bernhard. And here come the Panthers. And they're still in a 2-3 zone. And now it's a 3-2 zone. Michelin goes to the rim, off the mark, and out of bounds. Last off Adam Johnson. It's ISB's ball. I apologize, I could not tell what defense they were in, but right now it's a man. This is a play they love to do, a double screen, and that short corner jumper, and Alan Michelin knocks it down. That's a great shot for him. He's a great shooter, and he has 11 of their 26. I mentioned earlier, Caden Bernhard, his defense has been tremendous so far this tournament. He's a great guard and a great defender. ISB missed the cutter going baseline right there, but picked up. And 3 on the shot clock. He's got to shoot that. He puts it up. In and out. Off the mark. Tipped and taken by Singapore. Thought about a 3. They'll reset. They'll look for a better shot. Goes to the rim. And Adam Johnson deflected and taken by Michelin. And there's a foul on Adam Johnson. And I think that is his second foul. Out of the game is Ryan Minkler, and into the game is Lucas Wilson for the Panthers. And yes, that is Adam Johnson's second personal foul. And that is their first team foul and the first foul called this quarter. We have 4:41 left in the second quarter. We still have a 2-3 zone for Singapore. They're like it as Alan Michelin and the bigs are too good to be stopped in a man-to-man defense. Wilson tried a 3 off the mark, and they look to run. That was pretty good defense by Lucas Wilson right there, but he lays it in anyway. Here come ISB. Singapore remains in their 2-3 zone. And ISB is going to have to hit their shots in this zone. Or they're going to have to get the ball down low to Seungwon Peck and Alan Michelin. And Bernhard turns it over, and here come the Eagles. James Stonejek passes it back to Min Khan, who's been a great player for them so far this tournament. Last year he was great for them too. They run a flex screen across the free throw line. Drive the corner. Up top, Khan with the ball. Dribble drive. The wing for three. Off the mark. Tipped, taken by Singapore off the mark, and finally tipped in. And that's number 4, Adam Nepertsky, who lays it in on the 3rd opportunity for the Eagles. Bernhard passes it, and he cuts through. Lapine for 3, off the mark. And rebound by the Eagles, James Stonjic. Here he comes down the lane, and he's blocked by Alan Michelin. And Monty Major, the ISB assistant coach, was saying that went off of Singapore after Allen blocked it. But the ref said no, it will remain Singapore's ball. Kang will inbound the ball right here, passes it in to the wing, who drives for 3. Off the mark is Nepertsky. Rebound by Cedric Lapine, and he brings the ball up the court. Here comes Bangkok. Singapore remains in that 2-3 zone. Peck with the ball, and he passes, and he might have turned it over, but the referee says it was off of Singapore right there. I'm not sure if I agree with that call, as I thought it went off of Michelin, but the ref says it will stay with Bangkok. Out of the game is Peck, and into the game is Kevin Irwin. When you have a guy as good as Kevin Irwin who comes off the bench, your bigs are going to be okay. And tipped out of bounds by Nepertsky. And it will remain with ISB, but now it's on the side. Wilson to inbound the ball. Gets it into Lapine. Thought about a 3, didn't take it. Bernard with the ball to the wing. Wilson drives, fakes. Free throw line, Irwin jumper, short. Rebound tipped. Wilson, free throw line jumper is good. When he gets it going, he can hit a lot of shots. He's a very good shooter when he gets it going. 28-18 is your score right now, and here comes Singapore. Singapore's been running a flex cut against this man-to-man ISB defense. Across the free throw line, they pass and screen away to the opposite wing. 4 on the shot clock, drives to the rim, and he gets the roll. That is Drew Surajan who gets the roll, and he has 9. Wilson to Bernard. Wilson fakes. Lapine, he's got to shoot that. He does. Off the mark. Rebound tipped and taken by Bernard. Kang was on the floor. Bernard to Wilson for 3. Bang! Wilson knocks it down, and this crowd loves it. Here come the Eagles. Gets past to Wilson, loses the ball for a minute, but regains possession. Here's Kang, top of the key. Shoots the 3, off the mark. Rebound by Michelin, and they look to outlet. Caden attacks the rim, but he dribbles it off his foot. And Caden right there, he made the right decision attacking that. He had a one-on-one fast break, and when you're at Garden, and you have a one-on-one situation, you got to go to the rim. He did just that right there, but he dribbled it off his foot, got unlucky with that, and the ball will go to Singapore. 1:23 left in the first half, and we will see what Singapore does right here. Hand off, and they run that flex screen away from the ball, swing to the top. Surajan to the top again. Nepertsky with the ball, 6 seconds left. 5, 4, 3. Surajan for 3, short, off the rim, but the rebound is by Brian Kitamura. Off the mark down low, tipped, and that will stay with Singapore as that went off of Alan Michelin. Timeout called by Dan Skyman of the Singapore Eagles. And welcome back to ISB. The Bangkok Panthers currently have a 31-20 lead over the Singapore Eagles. It will be Singapore's ball, baseline out of bounds. We'll see what Dan Skyman just drew up right there. And they look, they have to get the ball into the safety. There's 50 seconds left to go in this first half. And a three-pointer is long and rebound by the Panthers. And here comes Bernard. Bernard's been a good defensive guard for the Panthers so far. Down low, he tries a pass, but he turns it over. Bernard's had a couple turnovers so far in this first half. And there's 30 seconds left to go in the half. The ball swings it to the corner, and they get the entry pass, but he kicks it back out right away. To the wing, who drives against Irwin, the bigger defender. Off the mark, rebound Irwin. And there's 15 seconds left to go. And Bernard attacks off the mark. Rebound tipped. And Minkler was off the mark. And there's 5 seconds left to go in the half. 3, 2, 1. He's got to shoot that. Off the mark. It would have counted if it had gone. And we will go to halftime. The score is 20-31. Panthers lead at half. And welcome back to ISB. We are in the Regendra Hall here for a great game so far. It's 20-31, Singapore against ISB, and ISB has the lead. And they have an 11-point advantage at halftime. The story of the game for ISB, Alan Michelin, he has 11 points right now, and he has dominated down low. He has forced the Singapore Eagles defense to go into a 2-3 zone. And after they did that, Cedric Lapine and Lucas Wilson started hitting some threes, which they have desperately needed. As so far this tournament, they have not done that very much. They've missed a lot of their shots. However, they're both good shooters normally. Singapore, though, they cannot go one-on-one against ISB's bigs down low. ISB's bigs are fierce, they're dominant, and they're very, very good. Story of the game for Singapore Eagles is Ryan Payne. He's a great three-point shooter, but he's been sick through the whole first day of the tournament, and he's not playing again, at least in this first half for the Eagles. And he is a major loss for them, as if he can't play, they're going to need something special if they're going to be able to do something in this tournament. We'll see if he gets better as the day goes on. You can still lose everything in the round robin and win the tournament, so they have the upside there. But he's one of their better players. He's one of the best shooters at this tournament from three, and he is still sick. And it looks like we're going to get started in the third quarter right here. Looks like starters for both teams out on the court. And Caden almost turns the ball over right away. To the corner, Wilson thought about three, faked it, swings it back up top. Corner three for Wilson, off the mark. Rebound taken by Singapore. And they'll look to run, deep pass. Up top, looks to drive it in. And a three from the wing, and that is a three-pointer by Zachary Cook. He hits the three from the corner, and here comes the Panthers. That cuts the lead to 8 here in the third. Wilson thinks about a three. Peck, up to Bernard, corner. Wilson, one dribble, mid-range shot, and clanks in, off the rim, backboard, and in again. Wilson hits again. ISB, if they're going to keep pressing, they have got to make sure that they know who they're guarding, because they have had a couple situations this game where they have not communicated on defense, and Singapore has had some wide open layups, and it almost happened again there. A 3-on-2 opportunity missed by Singapore. Ball after a three is tipped and taken, and Singapore comes up with the ball. Thinks about a three. To the wing. That is a three. Off the mark. Rebound to Michelin. Couple pass fakes. He's not going to turn it over, and he's going to take it up himself. Alan Michelin used to be a guard, and now he's a big. And he shoots the mid-range shot, and that's 13 now for Alan Michelin. Points number 12 and 13, and that is stolen. And ISB comes up with the ball. To the wing. Bernard tries a three, way off. Rebound tipped, taken, and Wilson comes up with it. Bernard looks to drive. Out to Peck. Michelin behind the back. Looks to feed it inside. Peck to Michelin, and he lays it in. He has 15 points so far. And Singapore looks to drive off the mark. Rebound Singapore off the mark again. Rebound Singapore again, and they will reset. To the corner for three. Off the mark. Rebound tipped, and ISB comes up with the ball. And he throws it right at him. We thought Bernard was going out of bounds. Thought the Singapore defender was on the line, so he threw it at him. But Singapore got the steal, and they got the lucky bounce on that play. 25-37. Singapore is losing right now. ISB with the lead. Wilson tries a three, and he hits the three. Lucas Wilson again from three. He's hit a couple. Almost stolen by Peck. And we have a Singapore player who I think is throwing up in the trash can. He is sick as well. Singapore will make some subs right now. And this is not good as Ryan Payne is already sick for them, and now Austin Napertsky is out, and he's sick right now for them as well. That's not good. We have a flu bug going around the Singapore team, and now a couple players are sick. Goes to the rim, dishes off, and he hits, and the foul. That is Oscar Lee who puts it in, and one. And to the line for one shot is Oscar Lee. That foul was on Lucas Wilson, and that is his second personal foul. First team foul in this third quarter. Free throws up and good. 28-40 is your score now. ISB went big to start out, killed him down low, forced SAS to go into a zone, and now they're killing him with the three. And they call a foul right here on number 9. And number 9, that is Zachary Cook. And now that Singapore has gone to the zone, they have forced them to, they've forced ISB to hit threes, and they have answered that challenge. They've done that. Michelin goes to the rim off the mark. Rebound Michelin, and he scores. Michelin now with 17 on the game. Ball on the floor, dives on it. Singapore gets it back, and I think he dribbled it off his foot. And that will be ISB ball. Bernard was slow to get up on that last play. And into the game is Irwin and Minkler for Peck and Bernard. Bernard has had some knee problems in the past. We'll hope he's not hurt here. We'll see what's wrong with him in a minute. Score is 42-28 ISB right now. Minkler fakes a three, gives it to the wing, Lapine. Short corner shot for Irwin, and he hits the shot. Kevin Irwin with a big time basket to give ISB a 16-point lead. Tipped, almost stolen by Lapine, taken by Singapore. Feeded in the post. Kong fakes a three. One dribble, pull up, off the mark, rebound, taken by Minkler. And here come the Panthers, up the court to Lapine. Wilson fakes a three. And Lapine's wide open in the corner for three. Cedric Lapine again with a three, and it's a 19-point lead. Singapore needs a timeout. What a game by the ISB Panthers. Cedric Lapine and Lucas Wilson have hit those threes, and Alan Michelin has dominated the game down low. The whole team for ISB has played very, very well so far, and they have a 19-point lead. We'll go to a break. And welcome back. ISB has dominated play so far this game. They have a 47-28 point lead. It was an 11-point lead at halftime. It was 20-31, and already in the first 4.5 minutes, the score has been 8-16 ISB. Apologies for that as our mic went out of batteries, but we are back now. It's 49-28 to the Panthers. Panthers in black, Eagles in white here in this game. And Panthers have just dominated the play. They've hit threes, they've gone to the rim. Their bigs have dominated, their guards have dominated in all areas of the game. They have beaten the Eagles down. Goes to the rim and a wide open layup, and that is the only way that the Eagles can come back in this game is if they get uncontested looks. They look to give it to Michelin in the post. Singapore is back in a man-to-man defense right here. Tries to post up, and a turnover by Ryan Minkler, the freshman. Trying to feed it down to Alan Michelin, but he turns it over. And here come the Eagles. It's a 19-point game. We'll see if they can cut into this lead. ISB still in a man-to-man. Ryan was behind. He got screened, and 2 possessions in a row, wide open layups, and ISB immediately calls a timeout. They might be up by 17, but they did not like those last 2 plays right there. Not happy with their team as they allowed 2 uncontested layups. They're going to talk about the Singapore and what they're doing. They've been setting a backdoor screen that allowed their players to get to the rim, and that's how they got 2 wide open layups in a row. The crowd's been great so far this game. We have a packed full house here in the Rajendra Hall. Right now, on the other court, you have GIS and ISM, and that is the girls' game. That is in the sports complex. Up next is Jakarta and ISKL in this gym, and that is the boys' game. And the girls' game is Taipei and ISM in the girls' gym. Oh, excuse me. The game is ISKL and ISM boys' game, and it's Taipei ISB in the girls' gym. Excuse me for that. So we will see what the Panthers come up with right here. The Eagles went on a little run of their own right there. We'll see if the Panthers can answer. The crowd is cheering for the Panthers right now. Backdoor screen, it's not there. Peck looks to drive, gives it to the wing. And they look to post up, but Minkler turns it over for the 2nd possession in a row. Here come the Eagles, goes to the rim, off the mark. Rebound, Panthers. Gives it to Kevin Irwin. And here comes Lapine. And a good screen in half court. TJ thought about 3. And Lapine drove, and he drew a foul on, I think that is number 5, and that is Ming Kang, number 5, who drew the foul. And Lapine got hit, and he will sub for a minute. Deflected, grabbed by Peck, and almost thrown away. Errant pass right there. Peck looks to drive, and he does. Throws it high off the glass and no good. Here come the Eagles. Drive to the rim. And will they count it? We'll see, and the 2 does count. The lead is down to 15. And this is exactly what you need if you're an Eagles fan. You want to go on this little run to end the 3rd and give yourself a chance to come back in the 4th quarter. And they have done just that. This group on the bench has had a 6-0 run, and we'll see if they can make it 7-0, and they do. It's a 14-point game. And Singapore will sub 4 new guys in to the court, and they'll sub off 4. They like to keep their lineups fresh, and that's what they're doing. And Ryan Payne for them continues to be sick. And Dan Skyman is furious, yelling at the referees, and now they get the call correct. Ryan Minkler stepped on the line when inbounding the ball, and he turned the ball over. And at first, they weren't going to give the ball to Singapore. They were going to keep it with ISB, but Dan Skyman was upset, and Singapore gets the ball. Goes to the rim, and an offensive foul is called. Alex Wang with another charge. He has been great at taking those charges, and once again this tournament, he takes another charge. Singapore is in a press right now. We'll see if they can get a steal. It's a 1-2-1-1 press. They go to Wang, and they beat the press Oh, and Wang gets hit by number 8, and they call the foul. That is on Julian Paget, and that is their 4th team foul. 41 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter here in this game. Gets the ball into Caden Bernhard, and they will look to attack. Lucas Wilson trying to feed it down to Seungwon. He wants the ball, but Lucas does not feed him the ball. Screens across into Seungwon Park, who hits the layup. And that answers the mini Singapore run, and the lead is back up to 16. Here come the Eagles. ISB is still in a man-to-man defense right here. They get the ball in the corner, looking for something to happen. He takes it himself. Oh, what a finish. Reverse layup by Singapore, and they finish. 4 seconds left to go in the quarter. 3, 2, 1. He needs to shoot it, and he turns the ball over, and that will end the quarter. 14-point lead for the Panthers. It was an 11-point lead to start the 3rd quarter, and it's a 14-point lead as we head to the 4th quarter. Welcome back to ISB, where the Panthers currently hold a 51-37 lead over the Singapore American School Eagles. Singapore went on a mini run to end the quarter, but ISB answered with a last basket by Seungwon Park. We'll see what happens right here. ISB fans have started to clap right here. Singapore moving the ball, corner. For 3, off the mark is long. Tipped and taken by Bernard. ISB's got to run the clock if they're going to get out of this game. It's a 14-point lead, so the game is not over, but Singapore needs to do something quick. Off the mark by Wilson and taken by the Eagles, and here they come. They'll look to push. And they turn it over as he was not ready for the pass. That was James Stonedick, who was not ready for the pass. And here come the Panthers. Bernard drives. Peck down low, blocked by Adam Johnson, and here come the Eagles. Thought about the 3, takes it, and a blocking foul is called, and that is number 4 on Lucas Wilson. And we'll see if Derek Cornett wants a sub for Lucas Wilson right here, as that is his 4th personal foul, and they will get a sub in. That's Ryan Mickler who goes in for him. And that's Lucas Wilson's 4th personal foul, but he has been killer behind the line so far this game. He's dominated. Adam Johnson, free throw line, off the mark. Rebound Mickler, and here he comes. And he had Wang, who could have been open for that fast break, decided to pull it back, and that was a smart decision by him, as they just need to run the clock and get out of this game safely. Up top to Bernard. Wing for Wang, down low to Michelin. That was a great pass by Alex Wing, and Michelin puts it in, and that extends the lead to 16 for ISB. Singapore looking to attack. For 3, way off, and that will be ISB ball. Couldn't tell exactly what they were in. It was a zone, and I think that was a 3-2 zone by ISB right there on that last possession. That threw off Singapore for a minute. And we'll see if ISB can attack this. It's a 2-3 zone for Singapore right here. It's a 2-3 zone, but ISB is running their man-to-man play against their zone. And it works. ISB runs their man-to-man play against the zone, and it works out for them well, and they finish, and they score. Here come the Eagles. Now ISB's in a man-to-man. Backdoor cut. Corner three. And he clanks it in. Brian Kitamura hits the three to cut the lead to 15. And they're gonna need points if they want to come back. It's a 15-point game, 6 minutes left. Down low to Peck. He gets fouled and he puts it in. And I think that's on number 7, Oscar Lee. There's an and-one for Sungwon Peck, and the lead is 17 right now. And a timeout by Dan Skyman of the Singapore Eagles. As I mentioned earlier, on the other court right now is Jakarta and ISM, the girls' game. The next game up in this gym is ISKL and ISM boys, and in the other gym, the sports complex, is Taipei versus ISB girls. And we should see a full house in that other gym for the ISB girls game, as the students have been great. Teachers have been letting them miss some classes to go to the games, and it's been awesome that they've had this amazing intensity at this 36th annual IASAS basketball tournament. Manila put on a great tournament last year, and so far ISB's been putting on a great tournament this year. Let's see what Singapore comes up with, as they need to come back, and soon. As Skyman called the timeout right there to try to light a spark and give them some sort of motivation to finish strong and see if they can do something to cut into this lead. Sungwon Peck to the line for 1 free throw, as he hit the and one earlier. Shot is up and he swishes it in. 18-point lead. And ISB is in a zone right here. They're in a 2-3 zone, and Singapore's running some cutters. They're actually in a 3-2 zone right here. And deflected out of bounds, Singapore will keep the ball. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. They'll have to get up a shot in 3 seconds. See if they can do that. Gets it in for 3. Blocked and out of bounds. And that will be Singapore ball, as they say. Allen blocked the ball. ISB does not agree with that call. Both Derek Quinnett and Monty Major are up and angry at the officials at that call. But 2 out of the 3 refs say it was deflected by Michelin, and those are the 2 refs in the best position. For 3, off the mark, Lapine the rebound, and here comes Bernard. 5 minutes left to go in this game. Down to Peck, low post to Michelin, and he puts it in. 21 points for Alan Michelin right now. He has killed it this game. Still the zone look for ISB. They're in a zone. And a foul on Cedric Lapine, number 3. That is the second team foul on ISB, and only Cedric's first foul. It's 40-60 right now with 4:43 left to go in this game, and a 20-point game. ISB has been the most dominating team at this tournament so far, and if they can close out this game, they will go to 4-0 with 1 game left to play in the round robin against ISM, who is currently 3-0. And Singapore has a couple attempts off the mark. Minkler with the ball, running the court to the rim, and Minkler finishes. The freshman goes down the middle, and he scores. And it's a 22-point lead. This is hard to believe. Yesterday, ISB dominated all 3 of their games. They beat them as SAS scores a basket right there. ISB beat Taipei 57-32. ISB beat Jakarta 58-32, and they beat KL 64-30. And right now they're dominated play in this game. Michelin thinks about it, shoots it off the mark, rebound Sungwon, but he has it taken away from him. And here comes Singapore. They'll slow it down, run their offense, but they'll look to attack quick. The wing for three. Bang! And that is Brian Kitamura who hits a three. And ISB calls a timeout. Even with a 17-point lead, they do not want to allow Singapore to go on any kind of run to allow them to get back into this ball game. Welcome back to ISB. It's the 36th annual IASAS tournament, and the Bangkok Panthers have a dominating lead over the Singapore Eagles, 62-45. It will be ISB ball, and this is each of their fourth games in the round robin play. ISB has blown out all of their competition, while Singapore is 2-1 up to this game. They lost their first game to ISM in a close game, but ISM pulled away at the end, 59-48. SAS beat KL 62-22, and SAS beat Taipei in a close game, 57. Shot. He can will slow it down. They will run their offense and look to get out of here with a win. Michelin looks to drive. Good spin move, off the mark. Tipped in by Ryan Minkler, he puts it in. That was a great play by the freshman there, as we have 40 seconds left in this ball game. Tipped out of bounds, and that will stay with Singapore. 37 seconds left to go. Singapore will inbound the ball here. They'll swing it around the perimeter. Over to Kitamura again, off the mark. Oh, and that ball is tipped, taken by Lapine, but Singapore gets it, and a travel is called. With 24.1, ISB can just hold the ball unless they want to take one last shot. We'll see what they want to do. Derek Quinnett, the head coach, telling them to run one last play. We'll see what they do. This could be a matchup that we see later in the playoffs and in the semi or finals later. But ISB gets the win here. 67-48 is your final score here in ISB. And the crowd loves it. ISB moves to 4-0. Singapore drops to 2-2. That was a great game, and thank you for watching this game.